It's Trailer Talk with the O Brother Podcast. Let's see if this trailer is treasure or trash.
Murder, death,
Murder Incorporated. I can't help but dance to the opening theme of Trailer Talk. Mike, we're back. We're going to talk about this trailer for I Know What You Did Last Summer. And for folks new to the podcast and new to this series on the O Brother Podcast. So this Mike and I, we watch these trailers and, we basically just comment on the trailer. But we're not actually showing the trailer, but we do put a link to the trailer in the show notes in the episode description. So,
and we do that because historically, if we put the trailer in, people
well,
just
it's like why
skip it.
Yeah, why? I mean, I'll just go watch the trailer somewhere else.
Right.
Right. So I Know What You Did Last Summer might sound familiar because it was the original film.
And when this came
in
up,
this franchise.
I got an email, new trailer.
Right.
And it was the same title. I'm like, okay, they advertising a new deluxe edition DVD. It's the same title.
Right.
And then when we start to watch the trailer, it's like, okay, it's the same story until at one point in the trailer, Freddie Prinze walks in, Freddie Prinze Jr. And we realize, oh, this is like a modern.
Yeah.
This is now.
Well,
I think it's a fictional city of Southport.
Yeah, I'd seen an article about it that it was coming. I think I had heard rumors or something to the effect that this was in the making, but the original film came out in 1997.
Yeah.
And, Freddie Prinze Jr., who you mentioned, Jennifer Love-Hewitt, who I'm a huge fan of.
Right. She's in this one as well.
Yeah, on and on. Sarah Michelle Gellar, was in the original. And
right.
All that. But yeah, Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love-Hewitt are both back in this film. How much screen time they have in this, I don't know. Is it one of these things where it's just to get our asses back in the theater to see this film? Now, that would probably be one of the main reasons I would even check it out, is because of the nostalgia for me, having seen the original film in the theater.
And it had a sequel. There's I Know What You Did Last Summer. I still know. And then there's a third one.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
I remember What You Did Last Summer. Yeah. But, the trailer, I mean, it's got all the tropes that you would expect,
Right. Like the Freddie character is basically a guy that carries a fishhook.
And I do remember. And look, I haven't seen the original film probably since 97, but I do remember that was like the Gorton's fishermen who were massacring all of them. And I don't even remember how it ended. I haven't seen it for a long time. But, watching the trailer, it's like, okay, kind of your standard fare, when it comes to this kind of genre.
Teenagers.
But then as soon as you see Freddie Prinze Jr., you're like, nice. And then Jennifer Love-Hewitt, you're like, nice. And it's brilliant when you think about it, right? Because it's like, from a marketing standpoint, you're getting the new generation in there, and you're also getting people like us in there who are more associated with the original film, again, from the nostalgia standpoint.
And similar to Scream, right? They keep doing sequels to Scream. I think they're on number 7 that's coming out.
Right.
And they keep bringing back, one or two characters that we know survived the movie. So it kind of keeps the story going.
Right.
And I think the last 2 Scream films, who's the young actor that was in Beetlejuice?
Oh, Ortega. Jenny Ortega.
Jenna. Yeah. She's in, or she was in the sequel to Scream, 2 of the sequels. But I think she's not coming back now, but I don't know. But
I'm amazed. I'm amazed that one has gone on as long as it has.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So the film is directed by Jennifer Caton Robinson, who we were very close to sharing a birthday. She was born in Miami, so she's a Florida native. She wrote Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, wow.
Interesting credit. Yeah.
Which I would erase off my credits.
Yeah. Right, but, again, she's got some cred there with, a
Yeah.
big time film, but that's probably the thing you would know her from if, in terms of her credits, but yeah, again, for me, the original cast members are what's gonna get me to see this. I don't know that I would have much interest outside of that, for me,
Yeah, outside of
generation,
it, it's like the
they're probably gonna
same
check it out.
story, and the story is these teenagers are kinda drunk driving.
Yeah,
There's 5 of them in the car,
right,
and they wind up hitting somebody
right,
and, like, throwing the body in the water and skedaddling instead of calling they're all like, "What should we do? Should we call the police? Should we do
yeah,
this?" And they end up, with mischief, and then,
yeah. I
"I know
it's
what you did" pops up.
if someone wanted a night out and wanted to just go enjoy kind of a sort of mindless kind of,
Right.
night at the theater, I might check it out, but I would certainly see it when it hits a streaming platform. I would
Yeah.
watch it for
And, of
sure.
course, we never know when we see trailers these days if it's
You
going to
don't
the
know.
theater or not.
No, and there wasn't anything about the trailer that turned me off. It was and it's a good, quick 2 minutes, a lot of
Right.
action, it's well edited, gives
But
you a
you
pretty
and
good
I right
sense of what to
now,
expect.
we're doing more streaming than
Yes.
I've ever done in my life.
Well, I think that goes for a lot of folks right
Yeah.
now are doing that. Freddie Prinze Jr. too. I just can't think of him without thinking of his father, and of course, grew up on Chico and the Man.
I know. And that
His
was a
father
that
for
was a shocker, people won't know this
right, sad.
because, his dad was, like, a huge star, and he wound up killing
Mhm.
himself, and it was
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah, yep. He was Puerto Rican character. Who was his co-star on Chico and the Man? Who's the
Oh,
older guy's name?
god.
Do you remember? I can't remember.
John, I should know his name.
Yeah,
He's a
yeah,
famous actor,
yeah.
great character actor. The fact that I don't know it is sick.
So you're not gonna pre-order tickets for this one, is that what you're telling us?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, and what's your prediction on the film? Do you think this is gonna hit? Is this gonna continue now in the vein of, like, the Scream franchise, which you talked about? Is it got that
I
kind
don't
of weight?
know. That's what we're gonna find out because look at Megan, uh,
Yeah,
Smile, all these new franchises, these horror
and it's year
franchises
round now.
popping
There's
up.
no
Yeah,
end. It is just like
because
any time of year.
when is this out?
This one, July 18th.
Yeah, so it's a
Yeah,
summer blockbuster, which I have Die Hard behind me that,
yeah. Well,
that's
but
arguably a
But it's in the
winter film.
title for this one, right? I Know What You Did Last Summer. I mean, it's in the title, so it makes
Right.
sense. Jennifer Love Hewitt, I mean, he looks the same as she did in 1997, so
So does Freddie Prinze. I
he
mean, he
does, he
looks
looks great.
great.
He does look
And I
great,
don't
yeah.
know if you know that he worked for Vince McMahon for a few years. He was a writer.
Oh, I did know that. I do know that he voices some characters in the animated Star Wars series, but,
Yeah.
so he's all he's continued they both have continued to have a really strong career,
Yeah, in
uh
different areas.
in different areas, yeah. And, and again, just for that, it would be fun to see them. I'm kind of a sucker for that. I like the nostalgia aspect of it. But, well, drop some comments on the video. Let us know. Is this one you're
You gonna go see it?
anticipating? You're going to go see it? You're not going to go see it? Have you seen the others? Are you a fan of the franchise? What are your thoughts on it? So let us
And
know.
so, the 2 originals are on 4K,
Mm,
and I think,
I think you
don't
own
tell
them.
anybody they're in my collection.
Yeah. Are they right beside Legally Blonde? I'm trying. Oh, yeah. KL. They're probably right beside Legally Blonde 1 and 2. All
Not
right,
in my
folks.
collection.
That's going to do it for another episode of Trailer Talk with Your Brother Podcast. I'm your host, Dan Smith. Alongside me, as always, my brother from the same mother, Mike Smith. And we will see you next time.
Bye, everyone.